DJI has revealed the second generation of their wireless microphone series, and it seems to be the one most of you are going to like. What is new and which are the key strengths and weaknesses? Let's inspect. Well, compact and easy to use and with decent audio quality, and we're actually going to talk about that a lot also in the comment section below the video. And good and attractive price, I think these are the right ingredients to release a quality wireless microphone solution. And a disclaimer, the whole video from now on is going to be recorded using the DJI Mic 2, something that we review right now on the channel. Welcome everybody, I'm Michael the Tech Mishka, and in this episode I want to highlight all the strong and the good sides through a thorough inspection so that we can figure out whether we're all ready to go entirely wireless about microphones. Just to set your expectations right, and I guess always they're very high from a company such as DJI, and adding the fact that the first generation of the wireless mic continues to be a top seller, we're expecting nothing short of an almost perfect setup. The price suggests that improvements have been made, and it still seems to be the more attractive and practical choice than Rode's closest competitor. There are a few different combos, and you may choose between just a transmitter or just a receiver, or have two transmitters with one receiver and a charging case. And as usual, DJI may include it as part of various combos, such as the creator kit for the Osmo Pocket 3 series. Unboxing. I'm gonna show you what happens to be, in my opinion, the best choice, namely the charging case with a pair of transmitters and a single receiver. Note that for some of DJI's cameras, the receiver may not be needed, but you will have to use such with mirrorless cameras, DSLRs and similar. A super practical carrying case, and while in the end of the video I'm gonna point to the drawback that the windshields don't fit inside the charging case, this here is not that bulky and can host everything. Pretty positive start by opening the box. Each of the transmitters is rather small, with the lately popular transparent cover so that you can see most of the internals, and this is indeed cool looking. There are convenient mount options available, a basic clip or a magnet mount, the latter one being a good choice for attaching to t-shirts and hoodies, a 3.5mm port for a lavalier microphone, a record button, status LEDs, and on top is the area underneath which there's a large diaphragm condenser microphone. The receiver is equipped with a touchscreen and rotating knob, which can act as a button as well, and we're going to take a look at the configuration options in just a moment, because it's good to hear about the most exciting specs. Up to 6 hours recording time per charge, up to 250 meters transmission distance, high-quality audio recording, standalone recording options using the transmitter, which has 8 GB available in-built flash, 32-bit float audio support, direct Bluetooth connection option, frequency response between 50 and 20,000 Hz, and weight of each transmitters is just 28 grams. These specs sound absolutely amazing, but I want to stick to a few facts over here. The first generation of the series, well, it's been among the problem-free devices that DJI has released, and this very same generation continues to be among the best sellers on these websites which are dealing with video and audio gear. And fact number 3, that right now at this price point you can't get a better sounding wireless microphone solution with more or better features. It's a wireless device in the end of the day, so the transmission is pretty solid. Just like DJI are pioneers and having the most reliable video transmission for their drones, they probably have the best audio transmission with distance of up to 250 meters that you can count on between the transmitter and the receiver. And a disclaimer, that's for FCC regions, because over here in Europe, due to the regulations, you can go up to 160. Also, in terms of audio modulation, they use something called GFSK, like the first generation, or the very same that Rode Wireless Go 2 is using. And the transmitter is 3 grams lighter than Rode's alternative. Pretty fascinating, and still, despite this small size, inside we have a fairly good condenser capsule for, I would say, pretty decent audio quality. And speaking of audio quality, time to try out most of the features and figure out how they perform in real-life scenarios. The setup is very different to most other DJI products. No activation is required, no app is necessary. You take the receiver and transmitter out, you connect to whatever device you want, and begin the recordings. This would be a common scenario for many creators that need to quickly have access to good audio on the go, without any unpleasant wires. Or, if you prefer a cable-based discrete setup, then it's also gonna work. You can use each of the transmitters as a standalone recorder, even attach a microphone of your choice. To start recording, it is as simple as pressing this button and the LED turns red. To access your recordings, connect to your PC via the USB cable and copy everything. The files are conveniently named after the recording date, which turns out to be very helpful. There also is a feature that DJI call Intelligent Noise Cancelling. You press this button, the LED turns yellow and the microphone suppresses most of the unpleasant noises. This is a feature good to be used when you're at noisy or crowded places. It will also take away some of your voice quality, similar to what most audio editing softwares are going to apply. Among the new features compared to the first generation is the direct connection to a smartphone via Bluetooth. If you care about protocols, BR EDR implementation, and despite my concerns about the quality, it sounds as good. If you don't trust Bluetooth, of course a connection with a Type-C or a Lightning port is possible. Same approach is going to work with tablets, Macs and personal computers. No extra drivers needed, and DJI once again provide connectors, a Type-C one and a Lightning port-based one. It is plug-and-play, no extra drivers or software are required. For most typical use cases, DJI actually provide pretty tempting database with suggested settings, something you may choose from within the menus. These settings are related to the way your camera processes signal. Some cameras offer auto-leveling feature, which adds compression, for instance. And the point of DJI's suggestions is to allow you to better understand and control the process. During the whole time you can adjust the gain, and the graphs with the audio levels are super helpful for avoiding peaks and distortions. The thumb wheel dial is functional and has clicky feedback so that you can sense when you actually tune something. I liked the options for recording. You can get separate mono recordings for each of the transmitters or combine both in one single stereo track. During the time of testing, there have been no signs of audio drift issues, but I haven't had the chance to try the mics in a really busy environment such as a wedding or a concert. Besides these few typical situations we mentioned, DJI are of course thoughtful of their own camera portfolio. Osmo Action 4 connection works via Bluetooth. Press the power button of the transmitter for a few seconds as instructed, and this is going to switch to Bluetooth pairing mode you can recognize by the blinking blue LED. Then press the link button and you're good to go. And now it's connected to DJI Osmo Action 4. That's the Bluetooth connection that we mentioned a few moments ago. And I'm a very lucky person because I forgot the wind muffs today, but luckily there is no wind because it's too freaking cold. And still, we can assess the audio quality. Let me know how it feels with the Osmo Action 4 and the Bluetooth connection. It's similarly easy with the DJI Pocket 3 series, and I believe this is going to become a standard for most of the future DJI camera-related products. And by the way, I've intentionally picked a location which is close to a big boulevard so that I can trigger now the noise cancelling mode. And I guess now most of the background noises should be gone. So is part of the audio quality, but do you like it? Let me know in the comments below. If you wonder about maintenance, not much of it is required. Most of the features are designed to be helpful and easy to understand or to speed up your working process. DJI will of course provide firmware updates from time to time. These are to be downloaded from their website, and you only need to copy the file onto the root folder of the transmitter or receiver respectively, and it will automatically process the file once you disconnect the USB cable. The transmitters on my end were updated within a minute. The receiver firmware update took around 4 minutes. If you want to find out about the drawbacks, I did mention about my desire to have the wind muffs also fitting inside the charging case. Looks like DJI didn't really take a note about the audio cable jack placement, and for some cameras, the included cable may still be short and people might have to keep the display facing the rear side until they buy a newer, longer one. And the lav mic's thin cord makes me a little nervous too. Well, I think that this kind of setup is among the easiest to use wireless microphone systems ever, and you can customize it and control it the way that you like, meaning that you can connect it to pretty much any kind of device. It can be connected wirelessly to the original transmitter or to DJI Pocket 3 or DJI Osmo Action 4 cameras. You can connect it to your smartphone even via Bluetooth or to any DSLR, mirrorless or whatever camera supporting 3.5mm jack. And on top, speaking of 3.5mm jacks, you can also use a lavalier microphone in case you want to have an even more discreet solution on the go. So, perfectly well executed wireless microphone solution. And in case you have something to say, like a remark or probably share some of your experience, be invited. The comment section is below the video. In case you want to support me or my work here on the channel, you can check the video description area, where I'm also going to post a link to the DJI Mic 2. And that's been everything about this episode. In case you have some follow-up questions, you know how to reach out. Thank you very much for watching. It would be great if you can give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm Michael. Gonna see you in the next episode. Bye.